Hi, in this video I'll show you how to make decisions in Java. Decisions to take user to different paths based on user input or some other conditions. So you can do that with if statements. I have a project here called decisions. I just created it. I have only one class, driver class in it, and I'm using scanner to get user input. The user must provide yes or no. So once user provided yes or no, I can decide what to do in each case. So in case user provided yes, I'll display one message, and in case user answered no, I'll display another message. So I'll write if statement if. I want to check if it's yes, so I will put yes. And in Java we have to compare strings using equals method or equals ignore case. I want to use equals ignore case because I want to accept any variation of yes with capital letters, lowercase, doesn't matter. All of them mean the same thing, yes. Alright, so if user answered yes, if this is true, then I will print out something for the user. I'll say the user said yes. Let me run this simple application first. So please provide yes or no. Let me type yes, and it's printing yes to me. That's from line 15, and then my if statement executed, and since it was true, the condition was true, it printed the user said yes. All right. So now what if I want to take user to different paths if they answered something else but not yes? So I can put else condition here. So it doesn't matter what else user answers, as long as it's not a yes, I will take user this path, or I will display this message to the user. Okay, let's run it. So if I say yes, it still only shows me user said yes. Let me run it again. If I say no, it shows me user said no. But if I provide some invalid answer, it will still tell me that user said no because I'm making assumption that user said no. I can modify a message to make it more clear. User must have said no, because I don't know for sure what user said. All I know, it's either yes or whatever else the user answers. However, sometimes we do want to evaluate each possible version of the text that user provided. So in this case, let me comment this out, and I copy it. So here I'll show you how to check if user said yes, if he said no, and then only we'll display some message to the user. So if yes is okay, now I want to say else if, and here I want to check if user said no. No equals ignore case to the response from the user. The user said no. Alright, but I still want to keep yes, because what if user provided some gibberish, something that I don't recognize, not one of the valid responses that I'm expecting. So I can say the user provided invalid answer. All right, let's run it again. This time I will type yes with capital letter, and it will still execute the user said yes. That's because I'm using equals ignore case. Let me use no two capital letters. So still getting executed correctly because I am also using equals ignore case. And this time we are going to this else if part. And finally, let's run if user provided some invalid answer. You can see the user provided invalid answer. So these are conditions that are excluding other conditions. So if this is not true, it will execute this statement, and if this is not true, it will then go to the default path, which is the user provided invalid answer. So that's one way of writing if statements, making different decisions. And you can also have nested if statements. You can have another if statement inside here, for example. Let me just put true because I don't have any condition. I don't have anything to check. So this will be always true, right? And this is the true if statement. Okay, so let me run it again and I'll show you how this works. So I'll provide yes. The user said yes, and now it also went to the other if statement inside, if true, and I already have true condition here, so this will always be true. So it's printing this statement. This is the true if statement. Okay, however, there is one more thing I want to teach you is negation operator. So whenever something is true, I can force it to make it false, and the other way around. So let me make this as true. So this will never execute. That's why I'm getting an error here. Well, not error, but warning. So dead code, because this will always be false. It will never come to this part of the statement. But I will write another one. If false, so let me put it here, false. So this is also giving me a warning because this will be always false. However, I will negate it. I'll make it true. I'm forcing it to be true, to go in. Sometimes you need this kind of logic. It's like opposite. Let me run it again. I'll say yes. The user said yes, but I went inside the false statement. However, it's not really false. The condition is false, but I'm negating it. I'm making it true. And this did not execute this time because now this became false because of the negation operator. So you can have multiple nested if statements or if else statements. And another thing I want to show you is, let me copy this, comment it out, and let me remove the nested if statements. Another thing I want to show you that sometimes you might want to have each if statement by itself. So if user said yes, do something. If user said no, do something. This is not the best example because these are if user said yes, then user said probably no. They kind of the opposite of each other. But I'll still show you this example that you can also have separate if statements if you want to, for some good cases. All right, so here I will have if user answered yes equals ignore case response. So I'll show you how to combine a couple of conditions together. Ignore case response. So, however, this will evaluate to true. So, but I only want when this is false. So I will use my negation operator here. Let's run it. So I commented out everything else. So that's the only piece of code that is going to be running now. So if the user said yes, user said yes. If user said no, user said no. If user said something else, the user provided invalid answer. So it's neither yes, not no that user answered. That means user answered something else. I can use negation operator in a slightly different way as well. So I'll remove it from here. So, and I want to check if user did not provide yes, nor user provided no answer. So for that, I will change this to or condition. So it's neither yes, no, nor. I'll put the negation operator here for overall condition. So if one of this is true, I'll make it false. Do not execute this statement. Okay, yes, still works the same. No, still works the same. And anything else still works the same.